Hi guys, so this is the first part of learning to draw a portrait. We're going to start with learning how to draw eyes. We're just going to learn today how to draw just a generic eyeball. So the first thing we have to go over is a couple vocab words. So sclera, this is the white part of your eye. Iris, this is going to be the color part of your eye. Pupil is the black part, and tear duct is the inner corner. Waterline is going to be the bottom, and third eye will also be on the inner corner, but it is pink. Alright, and eyelashes, we all know what eyelashes are. So for the first thing you need to start out with is drawing a circle for the entire eyeball. So we're going to draw the entire eye. We are going to be drawing what we see and what we don't see of our eye. So the seen and unseen. So try and draw a circle as well as you can. Feel free to erase what you don't need. Not even I have mastered how to draw a perfect circle the first time. Alright, so we have our circle. Now we're going to draw, so that would be the sclera, the white part of the eye. Now we're going to draw the iris. This is going to be the color portion of our eye. It's in the middle. So that's the iris. Now we're going to draw the pupil. Pupil is the black most center part of the eyeball. Let's go ahead and color that in. Right, now we're going to start learning how to draw the shape of the eye and how to do that. So if you take a look at your own eye, you need to pay attention to where your eyelid is coming down over your eye. So for just the generic drawing of an eye, we're going to start with a swooping motion. So I'm going to go somewhere near the middle of the iris, and I'm going to scoop up, go to the top of the iris, and down. Again, this will be different when you start drawing your own eyeball, but this is just a generic idea to take a look at. Same thing here. Draw a line, and we're going to swoop down to the bottom of the iris and come up. And it'll depend on where your eye matches on the sides, but for today, that's what we're just going to pick. Alright, so we did that. We have the shape of the overall eye. Now we're going to make the tear duct. If you look at a tear duct, it doesn't just end with a straight line. It kind of rounds out a little bit, curves away from the eye, just like that. Actually, that's looking a little big. Let's fix that. So we have our swoop lines, and then I'm going to end our tear duct here, just like that. So let's start labeling some things. So the white part of our eye that is showing would be here. This would be our sclera. This would be our iris and our pupil. Here we have our tear duct. And now we're going to draw, let me get it to focus. Alright, now we're going to draw the waterline. So the waterline is the inner part of your eye where a lot of girls, guys, where you put your eyeliner if you're doing what's called a tight line. So it's that fleshy pink part of the eye down here that shows. So I'm making mine just darker so you can actually see it. It's a little big. Okay, so that's the waterline. Now for the third eye. The third eye, unlike the tear duct where it curves like this, the third eye is the part that goes like that. And that part's a little pinker. So let's label that the third eye. Third eyelid. Right? And now for drawing the upper lid, what you want to do is you want to mimic what you are seeing here. So slightly above. Usually our eyelids are tucked into where the end of our eyeball is. So we can mimic this almost like a train track, making sure it's parallel, and it goes down like that. Just like that. Alright, so we have an upper eyelid. Now we want to do the bottom eyelid. Bottom eyelid, and you don't want to make this too dark because you'll kind of look like an old person with bags under their eyes. But we want to give the idea of an eyelid, or under eyelid. So I'm making mine dark just so you guys can see it. Alright. Now for eyelashes, what you see typically for people who don't know how to draw eyelashes, they put an eye and they just kind of go like this, and it just kind of looks like rays of sunshine. So this is a no-no zone. We learned about that. No, don't do that. If you look closely at your eyelids using a mirror or your phone, you'll notice that eyelashes go down and then up like this. That's a really dramatic way of drawing it, but when you're doing it really quickly, and making them overlap, it starts looking way more realistic than just rays of, the rays of sunshine. Okay, so again, that's come down and up, and they overlap, so keep that in mind. Okay, so let's go ahead and add our top eyelashes. So I'm going to start somewhere around the edge of my pupil and out, hook down, out. The faster you do it, the better it looks. Make sure to overlap your eyelashes. These eyelashes are a little dramatic, but that's okay, you get the idea. So down and out, down and out. There's almost like little check marks. Okay, for bottom eyelashes are really light, and they kind of curve different directions. So you don't want to get too crazy, or else it starts looking really weird like this. So you don't want, really dark eyelashes like this, right? It starts looking kind of spidery, so don't do that. What we want to do is really light eyelashes that kind of curve different directions. They can overlap a little bit. Okay, super light. And that's just the basics of how to draw an eyeball.